Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
I'm supposed to tell you that this is the Dave and Juan More Time podcast. But you knew that. I mean, what? You were scanning the interwebs and just found these two idiots by accident? Come on! This is appointment stupidity! And you're welcome, America.
And 3.
Number 2.
Follow that up with a 1.
Woohoo!
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. America, whenever this is hitting you, I don't know if it's the day of or, I know I used to be able to set your watch by when we hit. But life gets you busy. But anyway, all that said, America, you are.
You're welcome.
Welcome. Hi, everybody. How are you? I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
Thank you kindly. I was going to give them the timestamp of things. This is doing this on a Monday night. We don't normally do these.
Man, yeah. This is like close to the time we normally post.
Yes. So it may be a little late. We should have just gone live.
I don't know how to do that. I mean,
Me
I'm
neither.
comfortable with it. That technology aspect.
I'd be 100%
sure
comfortable
about.
going live because, as you know, America, we try not to cuss.
Right. We're good, man. Yeah, what you see is what you get.
We try to be family. Oh, no. We cuss like crazy away, but when we're, delivering a program to America, we know that there's the children's.
It's almost like we're in church.
And people don't care for, some people don't care for the profanity, and we respect that. And those of you that like a lot of cussing, just in your mind, insert a bunch of nasty words.
Right. No, that's what's in our minds.
And when you hear exasperation, chances are there's some profanity that we are holding back on. But and there are plenty of podcasts out there that cuss like crazy. I actually listened today. I went to the gym. Didn't want to go to the gym. Been a long week. I was exhausted, but it's one of those. I've convinced myself of this. I look at all the things. Guys our age, and and why you need to, listen.
I don't need to.
It's bad when I don't go to the gym because I like the way it makes me feel. I don't go to the gym for got to use it or lose it kind of deal. So,
mine is to the point of no return. So
yeah.
there's no need for me to go.
No, trust me, dude. You see some of the guys I see in the gym, you have plenty of room for return. Oh my goodness. It's getting worse out there with some of these old naked guys walking around. But while I was at the gym, I was listening to a podcast. Jerry Seinfeld, I guess he put out that movie, Frosted, Unfrosted.
What is it? Is it an animated film?
I think it's Netflix. No, it's live action.
Is that the thing that he's got Kramer in?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
He's got some new project that Michael Richards is.
Okay, that's going to be something else. Yeah, but this is, I think, this is it's the story of the Pop-Tart. It's funny, played up because it's a joke. It's one of his routines from forever.
Yeah.
But anyway, so he's on between him and Bon Jovi.
Dude, I was about to say that exact same thing.
These days, it's like I cannot on my feeds on whatever it's.
Dude, if you click on one, you're getting 500 coming back to back to back. Bon Jovi is on everything. Bon Jovi, like a week ago, was on, after Good Morning America with, what's his name? Tooth Gap guy.
I don't know any of it. No. Yeah.
He was on American Idol last night.
Yeah, he's old school. And when I say that, so he's probably your age, right? I mean, he's about my.
He's probably right between us. I would think he's probably 59 or 60.
Okay. Well, so he still has that old mentality, radio.
Yeah, look while you're talking.
He did a song. He was in an interview, one of the interviews I saw, and he was talking about whatever their new song was blowing up, and I was laughing, thinking, no, it's not, dude. It's. I mean, you might have a few few of the remaining program directors out there in America trying to pretend that they're. I don't even know that there's music. That's
I
that's.
hadn't heard anything. So he's
You know what I'm saying?
62, so he has my
Yeah,
age.
I don't think radio really moves
I couldn't. Yeah, I don't listen to radio.
anymore.
I mean, I listen to radio, not any current radio.
Okay, let me finish the thought that I always do, and I always catch myself doing this. I start trying to make a freaking point or something that I start, and then podcast is over, and later on, I'm like, man, I never did close that. Seinfeld was on an interview talking with Dana Carvey and David Spade that do okay,
Right.
and they're talking on, and I like listening to comedians talk to comedians about the process and that stuff. But Seinfeld's attitude is if he has a joke that needs a curse word to make it funny, then it's not funny. Right? He was talking about and he gave an example about, and there's something the only time he could ever get a laugh was using, an F-bomb. And whenever he didn't, the joke just nobody, laughed. It was a while back.
Yeah.
And he realized, well, this joke sucks. Right? It's like if you need the profanity to make people laugh, they're not laughing at your humor, they're laughing at
Right.
you know,
Yeah, he's kind of. I think he's always kind of been like that. Like Bill Cosby was, other than raping women. He was a clean comedian.
Isn't that something? We go back and look at that. I used to love me some Bill Cosby. I remember. Oh, what year was it? I'm trying to think of the era. Probably in our cutoff house, and it would have been. You would never do this today. The whole family. When I say the whole family, like extended family, like it'd be a holiday or something. And Bill Cosby himself, the live concert was on. The one when he did like the dentist. Can you feel your lip? Can I feel my lip up? Like that.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
I think
it
it's probably the same one where where it was the dad yelled at him, "Jesus Christ, get over here."
It was
And
actually. Yeah.
Oh no, he said, "My name is Damn It."
No,
So that,
damn it, get over here.
yeah. So
I'm Jesus Christ.
right. So that was the only close aspect he had to any cuss words in it. I've seen Jerry. I mean, it was decades ago. I saw Jerry Seinfeld live. Yeah, not a curse word in it.
Yeah, we saw him. He's played in Sugarland here twice. He was the first. He was actually the very first show at Sugarland. Oh, Smart Center, Smart Financial, the big thing we have just down the street from here. Yeah, he's good. I like him. I'm going to say I was just sitting while we started the podcast, and I forgot to put the magic.
Oh, well, the clock.
I forgot to set the magic shut up and go home or stay home. There we go. Got it set. Yeah, but all good. What were we on?
Seinfeld.
And the thing with like, so you can't even say Cosby anymore without that. And he was just, well, there you go, folks. Let's just tie that to our theme of this podcast for 3 years now. They're all lying.
Right. The only people who are as wholesome as they seem, us right here.
Right here. And we're not saying we're all that wholesome, but it is what it is. It is what it is. We will not.
Yeah, I ain't raping no women.
Well, yeah. Well, that's not where I was. Yeah. Okay. That's yes. I think it's safe to say that, Juan. That's safe. What I was going to say is, we might not always be right, but we're not intentionally lying. So that is the point. But good to be back on with you all. I just jotted some weird things down here. And I guess it's a theme, complain about what stuff cost. My wife finally got hit with something that gave her a sticker shock. I got home from driving Louisiana. I'm gonna talk about the trip later, but tired, just exhausted and home. And then she was coming back from church or something. She called up, "Hey, you hungry?" I said, "Well, not really, but I could eat." And she said, "Well, yeah, I'll pick up." My son sang at church and he was doing something. She picked up 3 things of Cane's. Stopped at Cane's. Bro.
$32.
Well, let me just put it this way. My son got a large, whatever.
Oh, so he got the 5-finger combo. He got the box.
$40.
Yeah.
$40.
Did he get no slaw extra toast?
I did get slaw and toast. Is that what? Is that
Oh,
what?
you got slaw and toast. Most people get no slaw extra toast. It's called NXS or no NSXT.
Those people that say, "Bro, I need some more carbs. I can't get me enough of those carbs. Give me some of that magic bread."
Mm.
I like coleslaw. Coleslaw tricks me into thinking I'm eating healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that cane slaw, you got a lot of mayo in there.
I'm okay with it. I don't think mayo's bad for you. I
Now,
am of the mind now. Again, we've been lied to. Everything's a lie. They've always been lying. The whole food pyramid, where they
but
tried to
look, I
convince
can
us.
tell you, you talk about the cost of that. So we've mentioned this before. I mean, I worked for a long time with Raising Cane's. Um, and I can remember in a day when we were changing the prices, and it was a nightmare because every state, every county or parish has different taxes. And Todd, the owner of Cane's, didn't want the price of the three finger combo uh with tax to be over $5.
Man,
It was over
times.
$5 now. Apparently, he got over that.
Thank you, Bidenomics.
Yeah.
Thank you, Biden. That's well, there's again. I had another one of those sticker shock things. I told my wife. I said, I'm not a cook, but I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna I'll throw stuff on the grill. Can't be. I mean, I was at Sam's today. I can grab three New York strips for $35.
Yeah. See, I try to not pay attention. Like we went to Sam's. I don't know why I've been to Sam's like twice in the past
There you
2 or 3
go.
weeks.
Should get an endorsement, man. They really should.
So we went. I said let's go because I decided we've been losing power here. Um, and not we haven't lost any, but I said, all right, I've been wanting to buy like a portable air conditioner thing. So I said,
Okay.
all right, let's go Sam's, I'll buy one. But then you're there and it's like you gotta go, what about this? What about that? Dude, if I walked out of there with nothing other than the air conditioner for me. But we're walking up and down all these candy aisles and everything.
Oh,
It was hard.
you gotta stay out. You gotta stay out
Yeah.
of those aisles. That's. You know what? I need bulk Butterfingers. That is,
Right. 'Cause if I have bulk
yeah.
Butterfingers, I'm eating them in
Uh,
bulk.
you know, I might run out of Butterfingers sometime in the next month. So, oh yeah, yeah, we
But so anyway, Joey bought other stuff. Yeah, like she bought, they sell these t-shirt dresses, I think in she bought almost every color that they come in.
That sounds like me. I
Yeah.
gotta stop. Because I convinced myself it's a good price. That's a good
Yeah.
price.
Well, but so when it comes time to check out, I just step away. Yeah. I'll go to the register, but I don't even want to know what it costs. I'd
Well,
just rather not.
rather not. I use my phone. I scan. So I'm the ultimate Sam's customer. I'm in there scanning my own stuff with my phone. All right. Go to pay. You hit, checkout. Oh, you never done this? Oh,
So you don't
dude.
have to get in line?
No, you blow out of there like a freaking king, man. Oh, sometimes when I walk into Sam's and it is just jam packed, I got a little smile on my face because I'm gonna miss
Well,
all
because
that nonsense.
both times I've been recently, the people in the front of us had problems at the register. It's like, oh wait, I want to use this card. Oh wait,
Oh
I'm in the line that only takes cards, and I wanted to pay cash. And
no, bro. You get the app, you load your Sam's card information, and you go
yeah,
around and it's actually a very good my
so
wife
you're
trained
scanning
me.
it just like you would scan.
Like as you shop,
Yeah,
right? You take whatever item, there, boop, and it's on your screen. And if you want more than that, you add one, add two, take away. You can do whatever. And sometimes some stuff they even give you a little bit of a discount for using the scan. They'll take a couple bucks off because you
yes.
just
So you're not tying up the lines.
yeah. And I don't know how they count or what they do, but they're pretty dang accurate. We were in Homa. Uh, well, I was in Homa this past week, but 2 or 3 weeks ago, we were in Homa, and my wife, we were walking out, and she was at Sam's, and she forgot to scan something, and they nailed her, man. They like, I tried to
So you
pretend.
just show them the receipt on your phone.
Yeah, you hold it up. It shows you.
Yeah.
It makes like a not a barcode, but one of those
Yeah, a little QR code or
QR
something.
code, and they scan it, and then they depending on what you got, they'll kind of scan randomly in your
Hmm.
basket. But my wife, if I got to scan something, and I was like, man, pretending I didn't know her, like, I don't know what that is. She's doing but yeah, just blow
Uh-huh.
out. In fact, and they do good marketing because when you get ready to check out, it's kind of scary. My wife doesn't like this. It puts up things you may have forgot, and it gives you a list of the stuff you normally buy when you're in
Yeah.
when you're there.
Insane.
So it's all good. Like I said, man, we need some kind of Sam sponsorship for the way I'm
Good.
always playing those guys up. But so you got your window unit.
I got it's not a window unit. It's a 10,000 BTU, and the it's just a standalone thing. I mean, you still got to hook the to the window. It just doesn't have the thing hanging out the window, so you could easily roll it from or change the location
I
of it.
know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's so here's a silly question. Do you have a backup generator?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm about to say, because all right. I'm sorry for not giving you enough credit to have that figured out. Like,
No,
yeah,
I don't have a whole house generator. I've got a
no.
gas generator, but it's got the kind. And I talked to a guy, yeah, where you can tie it into your breaker so that instead of running extension cords.
Something the electricians tell you not to do. I know I've done that too.
Right. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, so
Yeah, exactly. It's very
I'm
dangerous and they shouldn't do it. And
yeah, I'm
but
gonna
yeah,
bypass it. You plug it into your dryer
correct.
outlet, and it back feeds your
Cajuns
house
have
with
that. Hey,
power.
we know. I've done that once here. Once here. I don't think my new generator has that. Scintillating cover. Well, you know what? These days you need it. Man, you saw what happened to Houston here
Dude.
this past week. And I drove out on Thursday. I went back to Louisiana for to see my mom. But I should have started with that too. So hi to Liz if she's out there listening. But hopefully
She
coming home
home?
this week. She's
Okay,
been the
good.
last week, and yeah, it's one of those things, man. You get sick, you come back, and then you got to do the physical rehab. And my sisters get mad at me for saying these kind of things, but I can tell you how long she's gonna be there because I know how long the insurance approved. So I got a feeling. I got a feeling it's
Yeah.
those improvements are gonna. Well, not the scarier stuff is great. All her numbers and stuff are
Yeah.
much better now, so we're happy with that. But now it's just a matter of getting mobile again. That's what I was
Yeah.
telling her about. You get to a certain age and everybody's a fall risk. They worry about, the worst case scenario is you're sick and you recover and you get home and you don't want to take a fall. But, I was telling her, me and you a fall risk. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
don't,
Uh,
don't, don't think it has something to do.
I'm worse. Like I was watching my dad over the weekend step over the bleachers he wanted to pass a certain place and there wasn't a gap there, so he just stepping over the bleachers to get there. And it's like, man, it just hold something.
Uh, what's your dad now again? He's 80,
89 or 80. He'll be
89.
90 in September.
There you go, man.
So
Don't
here and I'll tell you another, we say that it'd be great to be that old because you can say anything to anybody. So we were at that swim meet this week, and I've said before that my daughter swims fairly regularly against Dennis Allen's daughter, the head coach of the Saints.
Okay.
Um,
Unfortunately,
yeah,
still the head
unfortunate.
coach of the
Yeah,
Saints.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not often there, but this was all day, or it was 3-day meet. So, and he was there all 3 days.
Yeah.
And at one point, he and I ended up, my daughter and his daughter were swimming against each other. And we ended up standing next to each other watching. And so I just, I'm not going to be the guy, how's the Saints doing and stuff. So I said, oh, I heard your daughter's going to Tulane. And he said, yeah. I said, oh, my daughter's Riley. She swims against her all the time. He said, oh, yeah, I know. And so we made some chit chat and stuff. Which I he's really, nice guy.
You know what? And I'll say that. In fact, I almost said it before. I got nothing
Right.
against the guy. He's got enough money now. They got guaranteed contracts. The guy's
Yeah.
going to be fine. I just don't think maybe, I wish he was better at his
Right.
job.
I
I
don't,
wish he was better at his job.
yeah. The only coaching thing I referenced was because his daughter was looking at Pepperdine. Um, and Riley was, yeah, Pepperdine reached out to her, but they don't offer scholarships, and I think tuition's like $90,000 a year.
Jeez.
And so I said, "Yeah, I heard she was looking at Pepperdine." I said, "My daughter, they reached out to her, but yeah, that's coach's money there, man." But so anyway, in the midst of the conversation, my dad walks up, um, and I said, "Oh, Coach Allen, this is my dad." Blah 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 blah. And my dad says, "Hey, nice to meet you. About time you got rid of that annoying ass wide receiver." You talking about Michael Thomas?
Jeez.
Said, "Thanks, yeah, appreciate that."
Did I tell you my dad's 89 and he walks
Yeah,
down
yeah.
bleachers with no assistance at all?
It's like good. I'm sitting here trying to not do the obvious and talk about football out of respect for the man.
It's all good, man. Rubbing elbows with the Saints
I thought
coaches.
about asking if I could get some passes or something. But,
Yeah.
I didn't want to go there.
We're gonna try to make the first game of the year this year. Hopefully it's a win. It's against the Panthers, I think.
Yeah, parallel. Yeah.
Don't know. But that's funny. Well, there you go. Something to look forward to, Juan. That's to say,
Yeah.
but getting older. Say what you want.
Anything. Yeah.
Say what you want. But yeah, I was down. I was down in Louisiana second time around. Again, partly to see my mom, but also it was graduation season.
Man, your
So
family, you're a better family person than mine. Because if I didn't, if those kids don't have my direct DNA, I'm not going to a graduation.
yeah, well, it's yeah, we try to well, honestly, man, look at my family. I mean, the fact that we can read is amazing. So when somebody gives anybody in my family some certificate to show that we got a piece of education,
Yeah.
actually I shouldn't say that. I got all very
Right.
all
You got
very
very
bright
accomplished
scholarship. Yeah.
and
Yeah, legit scholarships. But so I was at the we it was the Edie White had a graduation, and that was one of my godsons. So
mhm,
uh graduated on Friday evening, and then my nephew, who lives in Thibodeau, graduated Nichols
who
on
has been
Saturday afternoon. And he's
previously a Marine.
Marine. Thank you for your service. Yeah, he was yeah, guys rolling, man. He came out did his 4 years, came out a Marine, 4-year degree, and he's working at a bank, man. He's knocking it knocking it down. Good for him. Very happy for him. And then a niece of mine, now granted her graduation is she's Central, she's tomorrow. So
Okay.
I couldn't extend that because I got to go talk tomorrow to a bank.
All
I
right.
got to try to knock off a few layers of the Bayou accent tomorrow and get on down to Galveston to go give a speech to a bank. But
If you headed on down to Matthews to hit that central, is that there Matthews, huh?
yeah, I
Farther
think
down
so.
than that.
Yeah, no, I think it's Matthews. Yeah.
Um, you hit some heavier accent. Yeah.
I always said Raceland, but it might be Matthews. But so the Edie White graduation. Now let me preface this with they do what they do. Okay, is that was at the Civic Center. Those of you who don't know, Thibodeau Civic Center is pretty big. Yeah, it's a pretty decent place. I'm sitting there with. I actually one of my nieces came in from New Mexico, and she had a friend with her, and so they rode with me, and we kind of sitting there, and I'm sitting telling them I saw Oreo Speedwagon in this place. Richard Marks warmed up for Oreo Speedwagon.
Yeah.
At this place. It's not huge, but it's sizable. I don't think they needed all that space for but they did.
But it's either outside or there, I would imagine.
I guess so. That part was nice. But and those of you that aren't familiar, E.D. White is a Catholic school. I'm a Catholic, but so there's a full mass before the I didn't know that till the day of. My brother-in-law, I was asking him, what time we got to be there? So, well, it starts at 6:45. I'm like, 6:45? That's weird. I mean, seriously, that's when it starts. Well, that's when the procession, whatever starts. I'm like, and I should have known. that's an odd time to start. Somebody said, hey, you better get there early. And so I get to the band. We get there like 6. Okay. 6. So yeah, we're hanging out. Doing 6:45, some people press us. Then they have a full Catholic mass. And Catholic mass, yeah, those of you that aren't now, I know that most of the folks listening in South Louisiana, there's about a 98% chance.
Right. If you're not, you know someone who is.
Yeah, or you were, right? You got so full Catholic mass with communion, bruh. Like,
yeah, I heard on Michael Berry last week, he was talking about graduations and stuff. And he was saying for anybody out there who's going to a graduation, or if you've got the honor to be a graduation speaker, just know there ain't nobody there cares anything about what you got to say. No. He said all they want to do is watch whoever they're related to walk across the stage, hear their name, and get out.
Michael Berry nails it, right? So things are a little different than when you and I were in high school, Juan. Because when we were in school, and Lord knows I wasn't the one, but we had a valedictorian and what's it called? A salutatorian?
The salutatorian.
Salutatorian. I can never say I'm 58 years old. I still can't. Salutatorian.
Yeah, I just know the word. I was neither.
Now, the salutatorian is the one that they just say, sucks to be you. You came in second. So we want to congratulate you for being the runner-up. If the valedictorian doesn't show up, if the valedictorian
carry out their duties,
fails a drug test, or whatever, hey, maybe the salutatorian gets to get up there. So that's basically what we dealt with. We dealt with one. Times are a little different. This graduation had 10 in valedictorians. Now,
was anybody a salutatorian?
No, not that I heard. I got to be honest. I thought it was a joke, and when I say that, I'm not saying that the whole thing. But when the woman that was talking at the beginning said, "I know all the talk this week has been about how are we going to get 10 valedictorian speeches," and I thought that was a joke. Was not a joke, man. And they did it, to their credit, they did it in a way that they did it as best you can do it, right? Yeah. It was 4 back to back to back, and they must have given them a 2 to 3 minute time limit. But let's be honest, you and I know staging, we know timing. So let's say on average they're taking 2.5, 3 minutes. Well,
then you got to get on and you got to get off.
Well, they're standing behind there, and there's a few seconds there, and they got to come up and do it. And y'all, it's kind of hard to. By the time you're they did 4, they did some kind of little event thing, and then they did 3, they did something else.
Well, were they like 1A, 1B, 1C?
No, man. I don't even know if it was in alphabetical order. I have no idea what was the rhyme or reason. But my point is this. Okay, let's say you are the valedictorian. You are one of the. You get 2 to 3 minutes. Times 10, bro. That's 30 something minutes of valedictorializing, whatever. You can tell I was not the valedictorian.
That's just, and you had texted me this Saturday, Friday, when I was at, so I know some people from E.D. White from swim, and so I was talking to a couple about the swim parents there.
Our buddy Rick graduated. He was on the text chain.
But so I said, man, I heard y'all had 10 valedictorians last night, bro. They were all excited. Yeah, 2 of them are here swimming.
Oh, hey, I again, the times are different, because in our day, and was interesting. One of my nephew's girlfriend, the next day when I got back, and it ran long, man. I was staying in Thibodeau, and I came back till late. And she said when she graduated high school, and she had a smaller school, she said there were 17 kids who could technically qualify for valedictorian because they all got the highest scores possible.
Right.
Now, as I immediately start questioning the grading. I don't.
Well, back in the day, if you got an A, it was 4. There was no take an AP class, and if you get an A in that, it's 5 or whatever.
By the way, y'all, we've said this before, but I'll say it again. I hate that they do that. They messed up, man. They messed up math. People are just, administrators, and you know who you are. You're not all bad, but a lot of you are. You tinker with stuff to tinker with stuff. It used to be, hey, we could take advanced classes. Bro, you were rolling the dice.
Right.
If you were taking advanced math or college prep, hey, you were in this class because
my point is, I guess when we graduated, there are probably multiple people who had 4.0s.
Not as many as today, apparently, because back in our day.
But I'm just saying,
this is
they
so
would
turning
break
into
a tie.
this is so turning into the. Let me tell you what life was back as a teenager in the 80s, y'all.
Yeah, you made a B, you got your butt whipped. No,
No, not so much,
No,
but you got the grade you got.
yeah.
Right, you got the grade you got, and not everybody got A's. A's weren't easy, and I'm not saying they are, but they're a little bit more easy. School used to be about weeding you out. I was thinking about this when I'm sitting there because I got a lot of time to think. There was, back in the 50s and 60s. Now I wasn't around, but I've read and I've talked to people, whatever. And graduating high school was a big deal. Graduating high school, not everybody did, right? Not everybody graduated high school. But if you go back and look at some of the tests they were giving in high school back in the 50s, dude, I promise you, there are 3.7, 3.8 GPA kids in high schools now could not pass some of the tests. Some of the history exams, some of the
they
the Constitution
also
stuff. I mean,
and again, I have a daughter in high school. A significant portion of students, I don't know how you get this, but they get some doctors excuse and they get extra time.
Here's I know a lot about that, and the problem is that there's always a problem. It becomes subjective, and it's like medical marijuana.
Yeah.
Right? There's about 0.02% of the people out there who are smoking weed who it's medicinal. They got a lot of people with
Right.
metal.
Right,
So
that's the thing. The ones who get extra time, or it's for
well,
ADD diagnosis, which
whatever. So there you go. But like I said, it was nice event. I'm also sitting there thinking, like, my nephew, that dude got dang near a perfect ACT score. Like every college in the world's throwing stuff at him. He ain't even on the top 10. Like, how's that work? I was kind of teasing, saying, you really worry about the grades as much as the because I guess it's what it is, right? It's the.
I think it starts with
grades.
the grade point average, and then, but I know they've got other things to break the ties.
Yes. The young lady, I finished again. Let me finish the point I started, and I go off on the. So my nephew's girlfriend said there were like I think 17 that could have been, and I forget how they weeded it out, but they ended up voting. So basically, like, you got acknowledged, like, hey, you could have been whatever, but they ended up voting on you got one.
Yeah.
You got one that gets to talk.
Yeah,
Now that
it's like you
said, I
said,
think look,
if 10 people win, nobody won.
well, that's again the times. They are a changing, man. I'm just sitting there thinking, well, but that's how I am with a lot of things, right? It's look, I know how I was when I did it. I think they broke everything, and I'm not saying that. I think society in general. I think everything's broken. I don't think anything's as good as it used to be. But there it is. But they did a fine job. The people, the valedictorians that spoke did a fine. That one guy, I wish I remember the kid's name. He was good. Now the sad part is I can't tell you whether he was the second, third, fifth, or sixth. It was somewhere in there, but he was funny. He as I think they say, he understood the assignment. All right, this kid understood the assignment because he was smart enough to realize, man, I'm going to be up here, or 9 other people are giving him. So he talked some personal stuff, but he just talked about what struggle was, and he said, I tried whatever in band, that was terrible, and this speech will last longer than my basketball career at this school. And you know what I'm saying? So a couple of like, but and it's like, all right, all good. But and then Nichols' graduation was the following there. Nichols has changed a lot too, man. Nichols has changed a lot. Now the Edie White. Here's the deal with Edie White. It's quiet, and I was teasing my sister because she thought I was going to do it, but she said when they start reading names, nobody yells, nobody, none of this. Hey, none of that. And I was teasing. Hey, I drove 6 hours in from Texas. I'm a scream.
I'm yelling.
Listen to me yell, but I didn't. I was just wanted to make them nervous. But that wasn't that way at Nichols. Man, Nickel, Nick, Nick, I almost text you saying, "Bro, we could be in Baton Rouge doing this.
So,
This is Baton Rouge level."
yeah, it's so, and I may have talked about this a couple of years ago. So, the the place where I go to church is a big facility, and sometimes places, including high schools, will rent it out for graduation. And in turn, if they do, they'll hire us sometimes or hire the camera crew to go because it's got the big screens and
Mhm.
everything. It's typically one or two different schools that'll do it, and they're usually private schools. One year it was a public school. Um, and I guarantee you they're never going back. There were people twerking across the stage. There were parents working down the aisles. I
Oh,
saw more boob tattoos in this place among the parents than I have
welcome to
ever
our
seen in my life.
welcome to our house of worship.
Yeah. And it was like, man, it was almost scary to
Back
be
it
in.
up.
Yeah.
Watch this. Nothing quite like seeing somebody. Yeah, summa cum laude, backing it up on the
Yeah.
stage. There you go.
Yeah. So well, here I have a graduation story for you that I heard just before I left work today. So it's a person I've only worked with her for about a month. So don't know her that well. She probably doesn't know me well enough to know that I do a podcast, but definitely doesn't know me well enough to know that anything you say to me is fair game for me to discuss on the podcast.
All right, fair enough.
Um, so I was, we have meetings on Monday mornings, and I was late for that because Riley had some award thing at school today, so I went to that. So,
Another freaking award, I
yeah,
swear.
yeah,
She's so
she
annoying
got
with all her awards, scholarships.
she got something, and I paid so little attention. I leaned over and I said, "What was that for?" I didn't even know. I wasn't paying attention.
Hey, by the way,
But
did she beat Dennis Allen's daughter?
yeah,
You say that like it wasn't even a question, Dave.
no,
Yeah.
they're close. I mean, they go back and forth.
Yeah.
The But anyway, so at the end of the day, she said something about she was just really tired, and she said it may have been all the hoopla this weekend. And I said, "Oh yeah, I had it." So I knew her stepson was graduating from LSU on Friday because she took off on Friday.
Okay.
LSU's graduation was in the morning. So I said, "Oh, did y'all do a lot of it's a lot of celebrating and family stuff?" And she said, "Oh, you were late to the meeting this morning. Talk about it. He didn't graduate."
Okay, hang on a
And I
second now.
said, "Oh, what?"
You were kind of cutting up a little bit. I think your internet is going a little bit. So you asked about cutting up.
Oh, okay. So I asked, yeah, I said, were y'all tired? Did y'all have, a lot of family and parties and stuff? And she said, no, he didn't graduate.
He didn't graduate.
And so I said, oh, what, did fail a class or something, or didn't get the grade he needed? And again, I don't know the woman that well. No. So for the past 2 semesters, dude's just been not going to school.
Oh man, dude,
His
dude.
grandmother has been paying his tuition, paid his rent, and
Oh
bought him a car. So the night before graduation, he fessed up.
wow. That's like that's a movie or a TV script that you go. But you saying that I have a friend who had I had a stepson. Man,
Mm.
hang on a sec. He had, or not a stepson. No, not a stepson. Anyway, he had that happen where dude wasn't even in school. They were
Yeah, and I
paying.
think the guy. Look, I'm not making fun of the situation or anything. The guy's. I think he's having some I don't know mental health, I guess, issues where
Well,
but
if
like
he wasn't, he is now.
Yeah. Like she said, said that he was never able to get back in the swing of things after COVID. I said, my God, that's,
Okay.
it's,
Now look.
uh,
I I can attest. I've seen people got off track, you get on track, but oh, that's a kicker. Oh man. Hey, did you ask, did he send out graduation cards and get money?
I don't know. He sent out invitations though. I mean, I know she did the announcements and stuff. They had
Oh,
reservations for dinner and everything.
oh geez. Okay. This is okay. This is not, I don't know that that's a funny story.
No, did I call it funny? Maybe I didn't intend to call it funny. It's
No. Don't get me wrong. I can find some humor in it.
yeah.
It's like a painful, it's you
Well,
know,
here's the whole deal. If this was me,
it's a oh bra, oh bruh.
and not a lot of people would know about it.
Okay, that's a point. I think I would have coordinated a lie and said, "Oh yeah, it was great. I was graduate, was fantastic." Hey, I got
Yeah,
news
well,
for you guys. Go around and say you graduated anyway. Nobody knows. Nobody checks that stuff.
yeah.
I don't want to, and I don't care. I mean, universities get what they have coming, but hey, nobody check. Nobody
Now
checks.
that's right. I'll tell you, I'm on the Facebook page with my kid. My son was in Alabama, and I always wanted to tell people, here's the deal. I've hired a number of recent college graduates. I've never asked one what their grades were. I've never asked for transcripts,
No,
anything. Never asked for
nobody knows.
proof.
Nobody cares. And hey, you can stop this too, guys. That on resumes or on profiles. Excuse me. Attended. That's the one. Attended.
Yeah.
Just put graduated.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You decided when you were done. I decided. I decided that I'm
I've learned enough.
about to graduate my butt on out of here. That's it. I can see that. My son, and he's doing well. He's he changed majors and he transferred from UH to Nichols and all
Yeah.
this stuff. And it's that game of what transfers? What will they give you credit for? Now look, don't get me wrong. I don't expect one school to just say, "Oh, this out of state school," not even in the same. University of Houston is not in. It ain't in the Southland Conference. Let's put it that
Right.
way. It's not in even Louisiana. So I don't blame them, I guess, for not giving. But some of the most basic crap classes, by the way, which they make you take because nobody would.
Right.
Right. That's the thing. There was a Thomas Sowell, the economist, and he's a brilliant guy. He had a line I read the other day that said, when classes become irrelevant, we make them mandatory. Right. So he's having to take. He had to take a children's literature class this year.
We had to take, I forgot, there's some class we had to take. At least I did, like your first semester. It was like some,
Oh, it's crap, man.
it's like how to use the library, how to get through college.
Or here's the deal. Now he's in whatever mass communications or whatever. The people I used to hang with. I was the accounting major that was always in the liberal
Right
arts.
there, man. Yeah.
Right. But I look at it going, and you got to take a biology, and you got to take a geology, and you got to take because we want a well-rounded student.
Well, but this is some of the stuff with the transfer credits. You could almost see that if a bigger university like the University of Houston would not take credits from the smaller university.
Right.
But if they're accredited, they're accredited.
Yeah.
And it's a money grab. That's what I always say. You want to talk about student loan forgiveness? Don't make the taxpayers pay it back. Make the universities pay it back.
100%. They got no skin in the game. They got none. They get their prices
They
get to go
they
up.
got billions of dollars in
And they
whatever
got
you
the
call it, their funds.
and they got the
I heard
endowments.
somebody
Endowments.
somebody the other day said for every additional dollar that becomes available from the government for tuition goes up by 60 cents.
Oh, I'm surprised it's that low, dude.
Yeah.
It is. And here's what the argument you get into. And look, I am not going to say that they don't learn things. The sad part is with any school and especially with universities, it comes down to, do you have a decent professor?
Right.
The problem is the ratio of decent professors to absolute waste of time, miserable people who are treating teaching a class like a side gig. It's like they're at a university for, whatever, they get a check and they spend more time worried about other stuff than that. Now you do get some that are absolutely, but that's the problem. the cost of the product is out of whack.
Yeah.
And, if you want to help people develop skills in certain things, concentrate in that. Don't make them, why you got to go suffer through
Right,
whatever.
right. It's the trade school mentality, which is which universities ought to
Yep.
follow more of.
And you
Learn
talk,
what you're going to do, then
yeah.
you're all right.
Another thing,
Yeah.
Juan, whenever they put me on the Louisiana College
Yeah.
board, whatever, I'll get
Wow.
that. Hey Landry, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for that call. I will serve. We'll clean some stuff up. One of the things I would have cleaned up the Nichols graduation, and again, it was fine. But their PA system sucked. By the way, the Civic Center PA system sucks too. You know what really makes you trying to really try? It's hard enough to pay attention in a graduation, because especially if you've been to any of them before and you don't have, it's not your kid that you didn't think was ever going to amount to anything that's getting a degree, but you're sitting there trying to pay attention. Dude, throw in bad audio
Yeah.
where you really can't make it out. Looking
And then people
around,
probably talking nonstop.
people just start chatting. Everybody's on their phone but the Nichols graduation, dude, they got the poshest looking chairs on stage, like some big old. I don't think they were recliners, but they dang near look like king chairs up there. The bunch of them, I'm thinking,
Thrones.
those administrators look like they're a little too comfortable. Little too comfortable. It was funny, after it was over, I ran into a buddy of mine, Lonnie. I got to tell him, Lonnie Babin. He was there. I hadn't seen Lonnie in forever. Good dude. And comes up, hey, I don't know if he listens to this pod. He knew some stuff, so he may listen to this. I don't know. But he said, man, they should have you up there doing that. I said, it never happened. They never do it, man. Dude, I could donate money and get a building named after me over there, and they would never let me get up on that. I'm
Yeah,
here
it's
to.
funny. When my son graduated from Alabama, there was like some guy who, it was almost like he was a game show announcer, and you could tell they had to, and they probably do that every graduation now. They have to spell their name phonetic or put the phonetic pronunciation. And this guy nailed everybody's name, and it was loud and booming.
That's all it should be. Now when they call, so tis what it is. But I always said that if I was going to give a commencement, first thing I'd do is I'd get up there for this. I don't do this on the speeches I get paid for, but I'd get up there and say, I want everybody to take out your phones. What time is it? Time me. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And if I'm not looking at shutting down, start counting down at 30. You're going to get everybody paying attention to you. Everybody's going to say, point. You know what? All right, I give you 5 minutes, and then you got to do.
I'll hold you to it.
But be funny. Try to do whatever. Try to get the point across to graduates, saying, "Look, congratulations on all you've accomplished. Don't want to hurt your feelings. Nobody cares. Okay, you need to care, and everybody you're going to dinner with and hanging out, nobody cares. But it's good. It's good. Feel the accomplishment." Sit here and bask in the fact, I did this. I accomplished this. But don't think, even those of you that have jobs lined up, don't think that people out there are like, oh, we've been waiting for you.
Yeah. Come on in.
Man.
How much money would you like to make?
Yeah.
That's what we want to pay you.
And you know what? The fact that you had to take that extra biology and geology for an accounting degree, you're the kind of well-rounded, but it was all good. Congratulations to everybody that got their degrees. Had fun with that. It was all good. All good.
Well, here, I'll tell you a story about a couple of guys who I don't think got degrees from anywhere. We went to our neighborhood pool yesterday. First time this year. Yeah. It's hot. And there were I called it, Divorce Dad Sunday.
Divorce Dad Sunday. Okay.
So these two guys came there, with little kids, and it looked like they were obviously scared of their ex-wife's baby mama or whatever.
Wait,
because
wait. Okay, I know what you're saying, but I don't think that's they're scared of the little kids. The
the
little
little
kids were
kids'
scared
mothers.
of their
No, the
dads.
dads were scared. They're very cautious to make sure these kids had the proper amount of sun protection
Oh,
on.
you don't bring the
You
baby
don't
or the
bring them
kid back
home red.
sunburn. Got
Right.
you.
And the kids were like, 6, 7 years old.
Right.
One guy has, and I'm just sitting in the pool watching this.
Because
The
that's what
guy
you do.
had,
You like to stand in the pool.
exactly. I'm
You're
just
not
standing there.
you're not a swimmer. You stand in the pool. The
I'm
fact
a
you do that
stander.
I just love that you do that. That cracks me up.
The and he's got like the white pasty kind of sunscreen.
Doesn't that eventually kind of lighten up after a while? It
I
goes on.
guess, but so this dude is reading the instructions. He said, I don't know how much to put. I don't ever wear sunscreen. And he said, it says apply liberally. Well, he had this kid looking like a clown, like clown on the body, and he's rubbing him for like 10 minutes, trying to just get it in.
Kid.
Then,
Yeah.
then they made them stay out of the water so the sunscreen could absorb for 15 minutes.
Are you kidding me?
Because that's what it says on the bottle, man.
That's when you need to step up as a dad, Juan, and say, "Hey, y'all, I know I don't look like I'm paying attention or that I know much about raising kids, but I can tell you that you're doing it wrong. That's
Yeah,
not
it's then they kept checking the clock to make sure, because after a while you got to reapply.
that's one way to make sure your kids don't want to hang out with you on the weekend.
Right,
They may have
right.
been
Because
smart. They may have been out thinking you, bro. They may have.
so one of the kids was the little girl, one was a little boy. So the little boy obviously was less comfortable in the water than the little girl. Um, so there's like a little shallow deck or suntan. I mean, kids play on there. You could sit on there. It's like 6 inches deep, and then yeah, they would jump into their dads off the edge. Uh, the little boy, you know how some kids and even some adults hold their nose when they jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Your boy was holding his junk.
You know what?
Every time.
That kid's got his priorities straight. Says, I don't care. I don't care if
They
I get a
kept saying,
bloody.
why are you doing that?
I don't care if I get a bloody nose, but I'm not gonna get bloody junk. No.
Yeah. So he was he was consistent.
Look, man.
But then it just goes to also show you how different cultures are, because there was an Asian guy there, and I'm not sure he was divorced or not. But he was there with his 2 kids, and I heard him. The first thing he said was, "Okay, do y'all want to warm up before we work out?" And the warm up was they were allowed to swim with like flotation devices. After the warm up, that was it. You're
Man,
learning to swim.
you ever came when the few times we go to our public pool over here, you know what you'd hear out of me? Well, you'd have to follow me because you technically couldn't have any alcoholic beverages at our
Put in a Yeti, man. Put in a Yeti.
you kind of go off in the corner where your stuff is. And back then I used to just drink a Guinness. So it kind of looks like Coke, looks like
Yeah.
coffee, looks like, put that exactly. Because I'm like, man, if I gotta hang out here, I'm gonna have a cold one right here. And
I had a neighbor lived here. He used to bring, he'd drink straight iced vodka.
wow, that's some good parenting right there. Iced vodka. Hey, who would know, right? It's clear. That man
Yeah,
just
well.
sipping on that ice drink over there. Woo. Woo. Oh, man. We're coming up close to by time to tap on out of here. I just jotted down a couple notes. I want to do a shout out to the guy. I didn't take a picture because I didn't want to get stabbed or shot. Yeah, but I'm driving home to Texas from Louisiana, and it's always like exit roulette. I don't know which one to pull into. I keep forgetting. And I kind of pulled into one that was a Love's truck stop that sometimes they're pretty good. I like, the Love's truck stops have some decent food, whatever. This one had it had a Wendy's attached to it and a Bojangles,
Oh, wow.
dude. I got gas. I was glad I was packing. I walked into that place, but here's the deal. It was a total on me. I almost feel bad because I walk in, dude. There was a cast of characters in this place that if you'd have told me any one of these people committed a homicide in the last year, I'd have said, no, I can see that. I can see that.
It'd have
But
been tough trying to pick out which one.
Dude, okay, so but like I said, that's on me. That's bad. As I grab my beef jerky and my bag of bugles, I got weird cravings when I'm driving. It's a Coke Zero, a big beef jerky, Slim Jim kind of beef jerky, a big bag of bugles, and this time I think also some wasabi almonds or something. I don't know what it's. Just yeah, I know. I just gonna hit all the cravings on the rest of the hour drive.
Do you at least take a break in those to kind of let the taste leave your mouth?
Break between? Not really, man. I just pound them as I go. It's just a matter of which one goes first. But as I walk outside I parked my car as close as I could to the door. As I could. You do the first thing, like, okay, the windows aren't broken, nobody. Right? Man, I got computers in my car. I got all kinds of stuff. The guy at Wendy's was I guess the cook, the chef, whoever back there, I guess taking his break. For some reason leaning on the front of the Wendy's outside, smoking a cigarette, with talking to two girls. I don't know if they work there or not. Dude had face tats. I'm talking we're talking Post Malone level face tats and whatever. He's wearing that Wendy's t-shirt. Because at first I thought it was weird. I saw the guy and I'm thinking, who's hanging out smoking burning a cigarette out here at a Wendy's, and I realized, oh, he's got a Wendy's shirt on. And it also, hey, and you know what? God love the guy. He may make a wonderful hamburger. I'm sitting there thinking, what was that interview process like?
Yeah, who get turned down?
Like it's Waffle House said no. I don't know, but I did not partake of the Wendy's food there, so we shall see. But shout out. I doubt that guy knows of Dave and Juan. Maybe he does, but if he does, bro, I was relaxed watching you as I made sure my car wasn't broken into, enjoying your cigarette break before you got back out there and made some Dave doubles, man.
Yeah. I wondered if you washed your hands and you go back in.
I thought that, and I was hoping it. The other thing is, so popping in and out of the Thibodeau Hospital, visiting my mom, and they had various signs outside, right? And one of the signs says, big sign, please be respectful. Threatening or aggressive behavior is not tolerated at Thibodeau Regional. And I thought, I got a feeling the people that are going to show aggressive,
right,
right, and threatening behavior, I don't think a sign's going to slow them down.
Right. If they were saying, I was coming here to kick that doctor's butt, but now that I've read the sign,
now that I had somebody read,
too aggressive.
I didn't know what the sign said. I had somebody read it to me, and I went, huh?
Like the no bomb sign at the airport.
They don't tolerate that stuff, man. I was about to kick some butt, but yeah. So hey, the power of a sign, man. There you go. It may be working. Nobody threatened me or was violent while I was there. So
I'll tell you a sign that's not working. Yesterday, I stopped at a red light, and the car in front of me had with a handmade note taped to the back window of their SUV, "No tailgating, please." I rode that sucker bumper for the next 3 miles.
Dude, you are not like me. If I'm behind somebody with a freaking handwritten no tailgate, that's a psycho right there. Dude, you're dealing with some mental freaking illness right there. I ain't tailgating that. I'm giving that guy plenty space. It's the one with all the cutesy coexist stickers and the whatever, say no, the Beto bumper stickers around whatever. I will tailgate those guys. You got a handwritten no tailgating sign?
No tailgating put up there with a piece of scotch tape.
Extra space. That guy gets extra space from me. But there you go. All right, y'all. I think the buffet's out there.
Dude, it's a good one.
It's all over the place. We have come to the end of the buffet. The chocolate fountain is the sign that it's time to get on out of here. That's a visual that I don't even know. That if you've ever been in a Golden Corral, you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, hey, you're welcome. I'm going to push the button. Get on out of here. See if any of this stuff stuck to tape. After 165 times, you think I could say if any of this stuff stuck? I got to look up words.
2 ST word, bro.
I got to work on my pronunciations before tomorrow morning. Hey, man, if you want to reach us, we ain't hard to find. Dave and Juan at protonmail.com. And you found us before.
Right here.
Wherever you at, come back.
That's where we are.
We'll be there. We try to do them on Mondays around 7 Central. This one might be a little bit late.
This will be a little bit late because it's about 7:02 right now.
All right. Just push the live button right now. We got to shut up, put it on tape. We're going to go do low production on this, and we're just going to get it out there to the people. But hey, every week we tell you, it ain't a suggestion, a hint.
Ooh.
We ain't a salutatorian.
Salutatorian.
I'm just never going to say that word right.
You're mixing salutations and salutatorian.
You salutatorians? We ain't, no, man, we're not hinting anything. It is a
freaking mandate, bro.
Mandate. Get out there, live your best life. Whether you got a degree or not, whether you wanted the summa karma chameleon, whatever they gave.
Really loudly.
Was that?
Really come loudy.
Yeah, exactly. What you wanted them loudies, right? Or you've been faking going to school for the last year and you have to tell somebody the night before graduation. Yeah, about that.
My bad, bro.
I was gonna tell you, and I guess now
Slipped my mind.
Hey, wherever you are on that spectrum, get out there, live your best life.
Right, just do it, man.
Go for it. Go for it and get it done, as we shall try to do for the next week. We hope you have a fantastic one, and we'll get back sometime next week. We think,
it probably would be on a little more regular schedule.
We are going to try. But if not, hey, we got 164 of these in the can already. Go grab a random one.
Bro, that's like you could listen for a month without going to bed.
And you know what? They're still free. They're still free.
Exactly.
You can listen to them more than once. Still free. But get out there and do it. Hopefully have a fresh one fall off the truck for you next week as well. But until then, everybody, it'll be good. Have a good one. Love you, bro.
Back at you, man. Are you a person who gives hugs or greets people with hugs?
It does depend. It really, I sort of gauge, I don't shun it. I'm not.
I'm okay with the hug, but so I have my cousin's wife who is like she never seems happy with anything in life, but if you see her, she not only hugs you, but she'll kiss you on the cheek, which that to me is a bridge too far.
That's a bit much. That's yeah.
And
yeah.
I was having a drink with somebody from work, and she happened to come in there and comes to the table where I'm at. And and it's like, oh man. And so I was fussing about it to my wife, and she said, the girl's not particularly attractive. So she said, that's just because she's not pretty. And I said, no. And I said, there's this girl I know that I used to do work with, and I see her at church. And I said, she is like drop dead gorgeous. And she hugs me when I see her, but I think I would, I'd be a little uncomfortable if she kissed me. Well, the part of that my wife heard was this drop dead gorgeous girl comes hug me.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
You were trying to make a point.
Exactly. I'm trying to say I'm not prejudiced against the unattractive girls.
And what you should have said is, honey, if I had any inklings, I wouldn't have told you.
Exactly.
I wouldn't be telling you. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And said, let's be honest. Yeah. Why on earth would this drop dead gorgeous girl have any inklings towards me?
Hey, man, she may listen to the podcast.
Michelle, if you do, I'm talking about you.
It's over. Go home.